Alright, how's it going? Today we're doing Grasp of Avarice solo floors on Titan during Season of the Witch. Using Sunbreaker Titan this time, with the new Pyrogale Gauntlets for that enhanced super. For weapons we're using a Binding Grenade Launcher, Fusion Rifle, and the Lament. And here are the mods. So let's get into it. To start off with, we've got this opening encounter. We're going to be introduced to the main mechanic of this, which is the Burden by Riches. As you'll see, Hive in this section drop engrams. These engrams, if you pick them up, will give you stacks of debuff called Burden by Riches. With a timer on them. If the timer reaches 0, you die. However, the timer can be reset by picking up another engram. Picking up 10 engrams, or a multiple of 10, will give you all of your super and all your abilities back. And so we're going to be spamming supers in certain sections, like now. We're just going to super into the hole, and that's just going to kill everything here. To progress, we need 50 engrams in total, and we're going to deposit them by standing next to a crystal, which is in this cave here. Once we have 50 in total, the time will go down. As you see, the time is also paused when you're depositing. And then the floor will open up underneath us and we can continue. So now we've got a bit of running and jumping to do. We've got a Shrieker here, we're going to blind it, and then just run straight through all of this. Gonna blind it again, just for good luck. And then just run straight through everything. Run past these guys. Now we're coming up onto the trap section. What you have to do is just follow what I do. You want to hit this door, jump over the pressure plate, hit the switch, which will open up the pipe. You would then want to go in, then want to stand on this platform, which will fall down, revealing the switch you have to hit here. And then jump out. That'll open up the 6 pipes above us. We then want to get to the far right one. Stand on this pressure plate to open up the ceiling, and then jump through. We're going to stay on the right for this bit to avoid another pressure plate, and then just run over these falling platforms into this water section. So we're going to start by activating this switch, and then we're just going to use a sword and catapult lift to sort of skip all that bit. And hit the switch at this end, which will open up the door on the far side, and also spawn a Shrieker. We're going to use the Fusion Rifle to take out the Shrieker. Fortunately for us, we can shoot the Fusion Rifle through this grating and take the Shrieker out very safely. Then going to do the same thing and go back over using catapult lift and a sword. Then going to hit this switch, which will open up the door on the far side, and then just run over to over there. Going to open up this door on the far side and continue through to this next section, which is just a bunch more switches. Gonna hit this one, then run over to where the things will open. By wizard. We're gonna also progressively get our stacks of roaring flames going, because we're going to use them now to take out the Scorch Vandal. And he'll drop a Scorch Cannon, and that's the second mechanic of this dungeon, which is that there are pieces of fallen machinery that you have to shoot with the Scorch Cannon to activate. You can either shoot them 3 times rapidly, or hold down the charge to the 3rd tier to activate them. And then want to hide from that barrel, and then run up, and we'll be facing Pyrogale the Insatiable, the first boss, in a couple of seconds. So we're going to use the 2 mechanics we've learned already to defeat this boss. We need to collect engrams, and for that we need a Scorch Cannon. We need 25 engrams in total to start the damage phase, and there's just about that much for hive to kill in this section to give us that. So we're going to start by running straight for the Scorch Vandal, trying to kill him. Not gonna lie, I was very tired when I did this, so gameplay is not the best. Anyway, we're gonna shoot this thing here. And that'll open up these doors, and these hive here will drop engrams. Acolytes drop 1, Knights drop 3. We're gonna use the super because we're gonna get it back straight away once we get 10 engrams. And we're just going to melee the rest of everything else. So Roaring Flames times 3, you can 2-shot a Knight with a hammer, and you can regular melee an Acolyte. Once we've got 14 engrams, we're going to hit the thing on the far side, and then run over to open up these doors. We're now going to use the super again, because we're going to get it back again. Just to wipe out as many ads as possible. And once we've got 25 engrams, we're going to head over to the crystal. We also want to keep our Roaring Flame stacks up. Thankfully for us, they do provide a lot of thrall, which will just come, and you can blind them with your barricade, like so. Once the damage phase starts, we're going to activate our super, go in for the slam, radiant melee, and then just use the lament to deal a very nice amount of damage. It's going to be a 3-phase. The lament tracking can be a bit annoying on Pyrogale, especially with the desync that happens sometimes when you push him if you use an aerial attack, so you do want to watch out for that. Anyway, so once we're done with that, we're just going to repeat the entire process. This time we can't open with a super, but it doesn't matter too much because we have our hammer anyway. One problem with this is ammo. Fortunately, just the super and some fusion rifle shots will do a considerable amount of damage by itself. However, you do want to be looking for as much ammo as possible, obviously, for your lament. So once we got our 25, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to go back to the crystal, pop a barricade, and just punch them through. Then going to just hide behind the crystal for the damage phase to start. There we go. Going to run in with the super hammer and lament like before. You might notice I got a engram there, which isn't much of a problem, but you do have to watch out in case that happens, because if you leave it, the timer will kill you, obviously. And now we're going to do the final damage phase. As you see, I don't have much ammo for the lament, but it doesn't matter, because the super with Roaring Flames will do more than enough for me to be able to clean up using the little ammo that I have. And we're done. That surprised you. Now we're going to continue through over here. Now we're coming up on the Sparrow section. This is just a bit of fun. We're going to hit the switch, immediately get on a Sparrow. We've got some mines to defuse by driving underneath them. And we also have some buttons scattered around the place, which will, if gone near, will extend the mine fuse timer, just like so. So if you're having trouble with this, just follow the path that I do. Should be possible on a regular Sparrow, but I'm using the always on time, because why not? Do a sick handbrake turn at the end. And that's that done. Very easy. Now we're coming up on the Fallen Shield encounter. What we have to do for this is find 4 servitors, kill them and shoot their bodies into the center using a Scorch Cannon and these gravity lifts. So we're going to start by killing this Scorch Vandal. And we're going to now look for the servitor. I see him there on the right. You can see his white shield. And so we're going to line up the cannon to wherever we need to go and then shoot it. To kill the servitor, you need to collect 20 engrams from the fallen that are around him, and then deposit them in the crystal in the middle. So we're just going to punch everything, because we can. Then we're gonna kill the servitor and roll his body into the gravity cannon. Fortunately, they are fairly magnetized to the center plate once they get close, so as long as they're going in the general direction, they will reach their destination and stay there. So now we're going to look for the second servitor. I see him there on the... No, apparently I missed him, but I saw him on the recording. Yep, there he is. So I'm going to rotate the cannon and continue up towards him. You should always remember to make sure the cannon is in the right direction whenever you're firing it, obviously, because you don't want to waste a servitor. However, if you do, another one will spawn in its place, so it's not too much of a problem. Now that we've got 20, we're standing in the crystal. You can also pop a barricade if you want. I like to leave a drag alive, just so I can refresh my roaring flame stacks in order to quickly get rid of the servitor. Remember, you can also accidentally pick up an engram. If that happens, just go to the crystal and let the stacks be taken. So now we're going to the third one. It's always on the right, which is really annoying. And there it is, the final one on the far side. I think about jumping, then realise I'm not going to make it. These things can be quite hard to hit. You want to hit the sort of side with the rings on it, and not the flat surface. Oh well, I don't know what's happening to the recording right now. And we're just gonna finally roll. I'm gonna roll the servitor over to the plate, then realign the cannon so it's facing the middle. Then I'm gonna shoot once for the servitor and then hold down a second shot for us. And that's that encounter done. Now, Great Sphere beckons, so let's go in and face Captain Avarok. This boss is pretty much just like Pyrogale, except a little bit different. Instead of collecting engrams from enemies, you collect them from activating the fallen machinery. There are 3 things to activate, and you can't activate the same one in twice in a row. So, but we'll get to that in a second. So to start off with, we're going to go here, we're going to activate our super immediately, and then just wait and ambush Captain Avrock's crew. Get a nice chunk of damage off, get some blinding off so they stay in the flames a bit longer, and then just try to melt them down with the fusion rifle and or the lament. That was a very nice clear of his crew. Normally it's a lot less nice than that, but you'll have examples of that later. Anyway, so we need 60 engrams in total, and so what we're going to do is we're going to stay on this left side. This is going to be our home base, because on the left side you can actually see two of the fallen machinery things, so you don't need to run around the place nearly as much. So now we're just going to wait for another Scorched Vandal to spawn, because the guy decided to fly off the edge, which is great. There he is. So we're going to activate this piece of machinery, then run to the other side of this platform, where we can see the next one, and activate that, and then run back again, and we're going to be just in a golden shower of engrams. So we need 60 in total. We've already deposited 10 because the Marauder dropped 10 and we deposited them. You get 10 for each activation of fallen machinery. And so once we've collected these sets of engrams, we're going to go on into the middle. Now we're going to deposit almost all of them. We're going to wait until we hit about 5 engrams or so, and then look for some enemies to kill in order to get armor charge and roaring flames. Unfortunately, I chose poorly and went to the wrong side, which means I was only able to get roaring flames times 2 for this particular thing, because I almost lost my life, I guess, due to the timer. See, the screen's going red, so I have to run back. So this damage phase didn't go too well, but what you want to do is just go for the hammer straight up, and then the mini hammer for radiant, but I missed, which means a massive DPS loss, and then just the lament. We do manage to get the 3 phase, the other 2 damage phases go much better. But even still, that's fairly good damage. Now, the thing about this is really where the double special ammo changes start to hurt, because we really need heavy ammo, basically. We need about 45 ammo in total to for the damage phase itself, and we're also going to be using the lament to take out the shank and the marauder. So I'm going to be spending a lot of time looking for ammo. Sometimes this was the best run I did when it comes to ammo drop luck. Other ones took an extra 5 minutes or so just trying to get ammo. So now I'm going to try to do some damage to the shank with the fusion rifle and the blinding grenade. Doesn't really work out too well, but yeah, so I'm also just getting my super up as well. So I can use it against the Marauder. If you deal some damage to the shank, sometimes it decides to fall towards the ground. At that point you can use your super on it as well. Now I'm going to go in with the Lament to take out the shank, which does actually work pretty well. And then you can also finish the shank. You can't finish the Marauder, however, but that's not too much of a problem. And there we go, that's the Marauder dead. We're going to pick up all his engrams and deposit them. So that's 10 we've done so far. We have enough ammo for a damage phase, so I'm just going to go and look for another Scorched Vandal while staying alive. Almost die there, because Scorched Vandals, even though they're blind, they do like to jump. And now we're going to get the extra 50 engrams we need to start the damage phase. And there's 50, so now we're going to go into the middle. We're going to also scope out and look for some enemies that we can hammer later. We can use a barricade for cover as well. So now we're at about 3, so we're going to use this extra time to get some armor charge, get some wrong flames, and deposit the final ones. Now we're going to do the same thing, but a lot better. As you see, I don't know, I might even be able to two-phase if I do it perfectly. It looks like that, anyway. So we used 40 ammo in total on the Lament, and we did a hell of a lot of damage. Thanks to the super as well. And now for the finding ammo portion again, which is always fun. Now we do have 48 ammo now, however I do want to use some of it on Avaroc's crew, which I'm going to do now. I'm going to go in for the shank. Don't know what happened there, the heavy attack didn't work. There we go. And now I'm going to clumsily kill the Marauder. It was like 3 AM when I did this run. Give me a break. And then my melee bugged out. As you see, I was hitting the thing, but it just wasn't using the melee, which is a bit odd. So now I'm gonna go in, find the... or not. Yep, there's the Marauder, so I'm just gonna use my super on him now. Now I'm gonna deposit all his riches, and pick up the Scorch Cannon, and look for some more heavy ammo. Or not. No, we're just gonna get the engrams now, at this point, because considering all the damage I did last time, you don't need full heavy for a 3-phase, however it is nice. Coming into the final damage phase, we're going to do the same thing as before. We're going to wait till we're very low on engrams and get some punches out. If I can actually hit. And there we have it. That was Grasp of Avarice, Solar Flawless on Titan during Season of the Witch. Hope you all enjoyed, hope you found this helpful, and if you did, a like and subscribe would be greatly appreciated, and I'll hope to see you again next time. Bye.